Eljay?
Yeah?
I really want to see the new recap review. Where can I go?
Well, I'll tell you, little Johnny. If you head on over to vessel.com/the TTV channel, you'll find all of our content, recap reviews, mock spotlights, and more, on Vessel a week early. That's right, a full 7 days before we release it on YouTube. Not only that, but content from tons of other creators all across the internet. In order to access it, you need to sign up for early access, which is only $3 a month. It's a really great deal, and it helps us create better, higher quality content that gets you guys in on the loop a whole week early.
Wow! I'm gonna go sign up right now!
You do that, little Johnny. You do that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV BrickFeed Podcast, episode 1.
Whoa.
That was very anticlimactic.
I know, right?
Yeah, that was so lame.
Episodio uno.
You got to introduce it somehow, man.
Yeah,
You can't just kind of like
that,
go out of the
You
blue.
could have said
not how
something
you
like, welcome
introduce
to the
it.
very first
No,
episode
you could have just been
of
like,
the
welcome
BrickFeed
to the
Podcast."
beginning of our time. And
All right. Listen, everybody's a critic.
It was like,
you could
welcome
have
to
hammed it
BrickFeed,
up.
then you just hear like someone cough in the back, like,
Long ago,
I
the
thought
time
you guys would be more
there
excited
was a
about this.
podcast, and now there's another.
Long before
welcome
time had
to
a name.
Star
Our
Wars 1.
pilot episode, and you give us the lamest intro. How could you?
Yeah, bash Kahi.
Listen, have you heard TTV Podcast episode 1?
Yeah, I've heard TTV.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I've heard our podcast. Here we go. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mardi Gras. And oh, hey!
What's Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras is a
Halloween
TTV.
for this
All right,
one?
let's
We should do
intro this
Halloween.
real quick. This is for people who don't know. This is going to be our system-based podcast. We already have the TTV podcast where we talk primarily about Bionicle, construction, stuff like ultra builds and that kind of thing. And we wanted to kind of expand that out and do some stuff related to system, specifically Ninjago, since a lot of us are getting into that. Meso and Eljay and Prpl have been longtime fans. I've just now begun to marathon the entirety of the series, and X, for instance, has been a huge fan of like Lego Star Wars.
Woo!
We do a lot of stuff that's like covering the edges of the system. And we thought, you know what? Let's jump right in. So this is going to be the first episode of our system-based podcast,
You know it.
primarily focusing on like Ninjago, since that has like a TV show, but also stuff like Nexonites and Star Wars, Marvel, DC license themes, everything.
I wish
Star
you'd
Wars.
stop talking.
X, you seem very excited about Star Wars.
in a system
It's a
galaxy
systematic
far, far
podcast
away.
about I like that. I shouldn't have interrupted that.
Long before time had a name in a system galaxy far, far away.
Yep.
No. Copyright.
Without further ado, don't copyright the music. Without further ado, let's introduce everybody out here, so people who are tuning in for the first time know who we are. I'm Kahi.
I'm Meso.
I'm sorry.
I'm Viper.
I'm EXX Trooper.
And I'm Purple Dragon.
And Eljay, you're really horrible.
And welcome again to TTV BrickFeed, episode 1.
You had one job, Eljay. You know how I'm about the name order.
I was just I spoke when I needed to speak, and I'm just
Alright.
sorry.
Okay, that was like a little bit of remix there for our first episode.
Now that you,
Oh, yeah.
you do realize that some people might not actually know you from other things.
They're gonna know me as
This might
they're gonna
be
know me as that guy that's
every
just
video.
really sorry.
And I'm Eljay.
Like,
Who's
I-
this
there's
guy?
Every video is someone's first video, man.
But Eljay's not Canadian, so what?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know I'm not.
All right, well, let's kind of go into our first thing. We have gotten some Toy Fair pictures
Yes.
of the new Ninjago wave coming very soon.
So,
Basically, pictures. Pictures are the fun
basically a ton of
things.
pictures. That's basically all Toy Fair is. They have this wave, like, I'm not sure how much all you know about this wave, but it's a split between some leftover Skybound sets for whatever reason, and the new wave, which, from what we've been hearing from LEGO reps at the Toy Fair, is going to be Day of the Departed, where basically old villains resurrect and or return to do stuff, and it's pretty I wouldn't say controversial, but people aren't really sure how to feel about it for obvious reasons. It somewhat feels like, well, I don't know. We'll get into it when we look at the sets. There's a lot of theories behind this wave, but yeah, let's take a crack at these sets.
I really love Lloyd's dragon.
It is a pretty cool dragon, I gotta say.
Yeah, I really love how the wings are like textured and stuff, and so instead of it just being like flat cloth, it's like all metallic and has scale patterns on it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But from what I'm looking at, it only has patterns on one side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, underside.
Yeah, but you can also like flip it depending on what.
I guess so. Yeah, if you wanted to flip it and have it on the other side.
That's a good point.
And which wave is that set from?
The new one. All these are from the new one.
New wave.
I know.
All
is
these
it
are from the new
Skybound
wave.
or is it the bad guy? The other bad guy.
Skybound.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yep. Lloyd's Dragon, the Lighthouse, and then one other which eludes me. Oh yeah, Cryptarium Escape. That's from Skybound.
Okay.
All the others are from this new wave, Day of the Departed, and there are actually sets, one or two, that aren't actually here for whatever reason. There's one Airjitsu Temple Grounds, which we are supposedly getting at some point. That may be an exclusive, a store exclusive or something, but for whatever reason, that's not here. So, no real clue what to
I
make
do
of
like
that.
the Lighthouse one, 70594. That set really stands out to me as like the one I would want from this entire wave.
Yeah.
I've always been like,
Really?
I've always liked like actual places as opposed to just vehicles or like animals and stuff. I've always liked that thing, and having the pagoda, construction to it, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, in all of these action themes, they have done like overdone just about any sort of vehicle. So to this point, like the one thing that's the most interesting about these adventure themes is some of the buildings and places and locations that they have. I remember that one Exo Force set that I really wanted. That was very reminiscent.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's like a precursor to the Ninjago sets.
Exo Force was amazing.
Exo Force was one of those themes that like...
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, we're derailing off right again, but this is like a system thing.
It's good. Still part of the system. And Exo Force was kind of like the precursor to Ninjago in a sense that it was like minifigures and they had this storyline and they were like... It was the closest it came to Bionicle in terms of like coming through.
Exo Force is
story could
the
be said about
closest
a lot
to
of lines, though.
Huh?
I said minifigures with a storyline could be said about like a lot of things. Kahi was like,
that's
it's a precursor.
That's not
It's
what
more
makes
an
Exo
in-depth
Force a
story and
precursor.
character
Well,
development.
then they, I mean, they also had like characters and the videos and all that kind of stuff, actually detailing a storyline that took place over time. It wasn't just like a theme like Castle or like Ultra Agents where it's just there. Out of the top of my head, Knight's Kingdom's the only one that comes close to Exo Force in terms of original Lego lines at that time. Maybe some stuff was iconic like Johnny Thunder, but they didn't have a storyline.
I mean, there were a lot. I wouldn't say that a storyline revolving around minifigures is what made Exo Force any more of a precursor to Ninjago than anything else. However, what does is certainly a more Eastern culture influence in both themes.
That's
that
also true.
is what I would say makes Exo Force more of a precursor to Ninjago. Because Exo Force was heavily anime inspired, I would say. The bright,
it was
large
literally
hair.
anime Lego.
So,
it was
all right,
literally anime Lego.
Is it actually
minifigures
anime?
have
Because it
anime
was
eyes
made
and
in
everything.
Billund instead of Japan.
I will
They were anime
impale
eyes.
you. I will impale you
Why?
on Lloyd's Dragon, okay? I will, throw you on the flagship set of Next Wave. And that's, this Lighthouse Defense? What's it called?
But Eljay, Sonic Raider 2.0 is the flagship.
It's called Lighthouse
Sonic.
Siege or Watchtower
I actually do think
Defense.
that is meant to be the flagship, TBH, but I'm not sure.
Interesting, I gotta say. Interesting set. I don't know why it exists.
Sonic Raider was cool, man. It shouldn't have gone away when it did.
Well, I mean, I know the Sonic Raider was cool. I'm just confused as to why they're doing it again.
I'm confused why
Because it's
Shin
Day
is
of the
walking
Departed.
around in a mech with, anaconda.
That's
I
a
know
dinosaur, dude.
I know it's Return of the
It's a
Villains,
dinosaur?
but, I'm curious.
Beware his stinger tail.
I'm curious how they're going to write that because, Klaus got out of the cursed realm. Spoiler alert. Shin, that's a thing. It's gonna be really strange to see how he comes back.
Did Shin go to the Cursed Realm?
Think so.
Yeah.
And then also,
I have
since
absolutely no idea.
Yeah, X, you should really watch Ninjago.
Yeah,
You should. I've been marathoning it. Like people who are following me on Twitter have seen. Like I've been marathoning it, and I've gotten a lot of screenshots. I plan to post of like stuff from there. But I've gone all the way through season 1. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
No, Eljay.
Thank you,
no,
Meso.
no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bad Eljay.
Gotta post that toast.
Do you like blueberry jam on that toast?
Okay, listen.
BrickFeed episode 1, Ploasting the Toast.
It's got to start somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere.
I like how Sensei Yang is in the Sonic Raider 2.0. Wonder what his deal's gonna be.
Is the Sonic Raider, is that the white tracker?
It's the white
thing?
one. Yeah,
It's the white one that splits apart into 4 vehicles.
I feel like I've seen this before.
It was released before.
Yeah,
It was an
that's
older
what
Sonic
I
Raider.
thought.
It split into 2 vehicles though, and now this one splits into 4. So it's like it's got an upgrade.
that is pretty cool. I feel like that adds something to, like X was saying, so many vehicles have been done again and again and again and again. Coming up with a new thing that makes each vehicle kind of,
Different.
more unique, more, different. I know for me, one of the sets I loved from my childhood was Alpha Team, and how they would switch from like one kind of ship to another ship.
Or
yeah,
cars,
just-
like
no
they
way.
used to
You can
like
flip them
change the
around.
cars.
Right. And I think like
Yeah.
this splitting into 4 is another great way of doing that. It's another vehicle that's cool, but the gimmick to it actually works as opposed to some of the others.
And like it certainly does, and they've done it before, which is why they're doing it again. It's just I would love a story explanation, and I'm excited to see what the reason is in the show. Speaking of reasons in the show, I'm really confused because some of these sets here are supposed to be representative of events occurring in the show.
Yes.
And most specifically this season's Skybound. Some of these sets, specifically the Watchtower Defense or whatnot, Lloyd's Dragon for another,
right.
the Prison Escape set, they're all within Skybound the
Indeed.
series. However, the ninja on the box is Cole, not Jay, which is still really strange because all these sets are coming out this year.
Yes.
And all the other sets from the Winter Wave have Jay, which
It's
is proper.
it's only because they're releasing with this wave, which is Departed, where Cole is like the main character, and like they didn't want to have 2 conflicting box designs. But it is a perplexing decision. I don't know why they held over 3 Skybound sets. I don't know if they just couldn't fill up
The first wave
stuff.
already
Cole
has
does
quite
have
a few
the most,
sets. It has
like-
like 7 so far, just for the
I guess
first
that
wave.
is true. It was a
So-
huge
I
wave.
mean, it's a ninja,
they're, like-
so...
Yeah, and they're
yeah,
not
Cole
very
does
small
have the
sets
most
either. Like a lot of
recognizable-
them are pretty large, except for Cole's Dragon and maybe the Ninja Bike. But the rest are like Tiger Widow Island or Misfortune's Keep or stuff like that. So they're pretty big.
That is true. They probably couldn't fit in all these sets into the wave. But it is still a little strange. You're right about that, Eljay.
Yeah,
Didn't-
it's just
didn't-
bizarre.
Didn't the dragons used to have, like, rubber heads? What happened to those?
Dragons are much different in the story. They now are basically made out of the ninja's elements. They're not separate creatures. They're not a separate entity.
Yeah.
So they're basically just tiny elemental dragon shapes that they're conjuring
Oh, what were the
up.
other dragons
Yeah.
then?
Actual
I have
dragons.
no idea where they went.
They
Bye.
combined together to form the ultimate 4-headed dragon, and then they flew off.
Right.
And I don't think we ever saw them again.
Yep.
Wait, so okay, that was that back in season 1 because they did do that in season 1
Yep.
where they all came. They're all this 4 dragon. Do you not see the dragons again after that?
Unless I'm mistaken, no.
I'll go look it up
So
real fast.
that's all gone.
I think
really.
so. Yep. Ninjago's very different now than it used to be. They
They
had their
flew
3-year
away
arc,
out of
and
the
then when it
canon
came
story.
back, yeah,
I
pretty much.
I remember that 4-headed dragon because I was driving out with some friends and somehow convinced them that I wanted to go to the toy store, and they were with me. And when we got in, they saw that 4-headed dragon, and one of them just spit out the words, just, man, Lego's gotten really trashy. I just died of laughter because we were just sitting there just pretty much screaming from the top of our lungs complaining about a 4-headed Lego dragon.
Yeah,
Alright,
that
so
set
it's
is really
still
cluttered.
around.
I'm looking at it right now, and all
Oh.
the heads are just like conflicting with each other. The only thing I really like are
Post
the
it
Well, I
Post
wings.
this
mean,
image.
your
but-
head would
Post
if
it
it
in
was
the
like
chat,
that close
Prpl.
to another person's
Okay.
head.
Eljay, what's this info?
So you guys know the Lego game Shadow of Ronin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No. No.
I've never played it, but I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. I didn't play it.
Never
Obviously.
heard of it.
Well, it's a game, Ninjago game, obviously enough. It came out shortly before Possessed, and the Ultra Dragon was in that game. Prior to that, the dragon was still around when the ninja and the ninja students over at Sensei Wu's Academy were going on a field trip. It was around there.
Okay. Fair.
So it's never been seen.
The last time it was seen was the finale of the last series,
Season
where it's
2.
like they beat the Overlord. So
Yep.
Okay, right.
the finale of that.
That makes sense, because that's part of my theory, because Ninjago had this 3-year arc, and then it went away for like half a year to a year, and then it came back with Rebooted, where they changed up some plot elements and kind of forged a new path going forward. So it kind of makes sense. Certain things that were relevant to like the quote-unquote original trilogy may not necessarily fit into the plans going forward. So it makes sense that they scrapped that.
I mean, that's part of the thing that, Bionicle did that as well, when they had, there's obviously a 3-year line, and then at the end, they were like, oh yeah, no, now we're going to be doing this for several years?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's try and come up with a new storyline to go off of that.
That explains the random prequels.
You know it.
Yeah, the prequel just came out of nowhere, and that kind of thing. Well, so... I've watched Rebooted, several episodes of Rebooted with you guys for the coverages.
I remember that.
And I've in the last day, I've watched 13, I guess technically it's 13 episodes plus the 2 prequel,
Pilots?
or not prequel, the 2 pilots that take place.
Mm-hmm.
So up until this point, one thing that I'm really kind of interested in, because Cole is leading this next wave, his image is posted all of his boxers.
Which is weird.
Cole doesn't really have a personality.
See,
To me,
it's
at
not
the end of
really
season
just
1.
that, though, because it's not only that he doesn't have much of a character aside from the bronze no brain, is that he's already had a series, a line of sets that he has had his face on. He's already been the poster boy for a wave, and that was Possessed. That's when he became a ghost.
I mean,
So it's perplexing as to why he's doing it again.
I have
Well,
two.
I mean,
I have 2 things to say to that. Number 1 is all of the ninja have. At this point, Cole is just more recent, but every one of them would be a retread if they
Zane?
were to feature one of them. I believe he was rebooted.
Jay?
Yeah, wasn't Zane rebooted?
Well,
Jay was
Jay is
Skybound.
Skybound.
okay, well, I
think
know
Kai's been
all
on a
of the
couple of them.
ninja have had one. That's not what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
I'm saying
Kai's
how
had
I think
many-
2.
this is Cole's first. I don't remember seeing him on any
It-
other boxes.
Possession.
Definitely not
wasn't
his
that
first.
Lloyd?
No. Wait, no, actually. Yeah.
Wait
You're
a
right,
second.
it was Moro.
I think she's right.
It was Moro.
Oh, it was Moro.
Okay.
Okay, nope, never mind. I
Fair.
totally forgot it was Moro.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
TBH.
I
But,
totally forgot Moro was a person.
Yeah, he was.
Well, I mean, he's a ghost, technically.
The
but-
reason why I think it is Cole, why Cole's getting prominent, and what I hope is the case beyond every fiber of my being is that they're gonna turn him back to a human and get rid of his ghost persona. Because on the box art you can see the ghost, it looks like it's fading away, and half of his skin is regular, then the other half is green. So I'm
Wait,
like,
which
please undo it, the new boxes. The Cole's a ghost in the story. He became a ghost.
Well,
and-
he's not a ghost for the entirety of the story.
Yeah,
he becomes
it's
a ghost
recent
over the
development,
course of
and
the
I'm
story.
hoping
Yeah.
that this upcoming wave is going to undo that because it was not a popular decision from what I
No.
hear.
He's a
Well,
ghost now.
I can't
and
imagine
just,
that would be.
Just roll with that. Well,
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I
that's,
mean,
that's how it wins.
Yeah.
I mean, they did that with Zane when Zane's a robot and everyone just rolled with that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's because there weren't any severe limitations or weird,
Right.
contrived reasons
How did he
Zane...
be-
Yeah, like if the
Unbecome a
ghost
robot.
physics in Ninjago made
doesn't.
sense,
He didn't
then I'd
unbecome
be
a robot.
more
He's still a
okay with
robot.
Cole being a ghost.
just a robot.
But it's all random.
He's just a robot.
Because here's the thing. Zane's a robot, and to a degree that makes a lot of sense. He's a little bit more of an unusual character than the other ninja.
Right.
So him being a robot is fine. Not to mention, he can do all the normal things the other ninja can. He can swim, he can eat, he can dance, he can sing, he can talk, he can do all these other things, and he's also a great help from a technological standpoint. However, Cole has an immediate weakness to water, and we do not know the parameters as to how severe a weakness this is. We don't know if mist hurts him. We don't know if it's just a drop or it needs a bucket of water to hurt him. We do not know what his strength, on the spectrum, how bad will water hurt him. It's a really weird, incredibly contrived weakness for something that did not need to happen.
Random question. I wonder if we could go ask Greg on the Lego Message Boards.
You know?
He's involved with the Ninjago. I wonder if you know.
Okay,
Well,
let me
to what
ask you
extent
guys
is
this,
he
right?
involved?
So
I mean,
for,
I know
for a
he used to
recap,
write
just
some of
for
the books, but
Still does.
Oh, well, the book plots and those TV plots are written independently, so they don't necessarily like connect with each other. I mean,
But
they
he
are
may
like
have
based
access
off of
to the
each
story
other.
Bible.
But what?
He may have access to the story Bible since he has to write like books and stuff. So he may know if they put in any details about Cole. He may have.
Have you guys read the Ninjago books?
No.
Do you guys like know
Yeah,
we do that?
I've read most of them,
I
all
didn't think
except
so.
for a couple of the comics.
Do you like him?
Okay, are there any contradictions between the books and the TV show?
It's been a while since I've read them, but I remember the comics were very like independent stories that didn't necessarily have to do with the main plot.
Also
Like they didn't
kinda,
really
like, sidetrack stories.
Yeah, they're just like in between
Okay, like the
things
side
that
stories.
aren't really all that important to anything.
Yeah, I did have, like, my library had those comics, and I just, if I'm being completely honest, didn't really like the art style in them, and I didn't finish reading them.
Yeah, it was very
something about them
stiff.
just feels a little stiff and cluttered, and
Yeah.
the lines are too heavy. I just didn't enjoy reading it as much as I did with the Bionic ones. But I was just wondering, like, in terms of canon, like Bionicle had a hierarchy of canon. Does Ninjago have a hierarchy of canon too, or like the TV show is like the main
TV
canon,
Yeah,
show is
TV
the
show is
precedent.
canon. Everything else is up to opinion.
and then
I
the video
suppose.
games, everything else is just
Yeah.
Okay,
The video game, as I understood it, is technically canon as well.
Shadowrun.
However, yeah.
Yeah, Shadowrun was supposed
Semi-canon.
to be an in-between thing because, like,
Yeah.
in the beginning of Possession, Kai had like mentioned something about Ronin, which was probably a reference to the game because that's the only other place
Yeah.
that he was shown.
Yeah, they mention having a previous run-in with him, so
Yeah.
that would be where it is. So the game is kind of, it's like, isn't a semi-canon valley? Kind of like
Yeah.
Minogue, technically.
Technically, yeah.
okay, all right,
So,
that's fair enough.
Is this Ninjago's 5th year? Because didn't it start in
Uh,
2011?
Yeah,
I think it started
the
in
5th
2011.
anniversary was I think a week ago or something.
Okay. Because
Oh,
that would
perfect
explain.
time to
I'm gonna
watch this.
say that. That's why they're doing. There are two reasons why they may be doing this throwback wave. One theory is, well, they're gonna like recap the whole history of Ninjago and do all the villains, and it'll be like a 5-year celebration. The other theory, my theory, is when the movie got delayed by 1 year, this was the wave that was supposed to be the movie set. So they probably had to like come up with something super quick to compensate for the delay.
Maybe.
I don't
Well,
necessarily
I do know that, like,
subscribe to
well,
that.
Yeah, I don't know though, because this takes place over a variety of different enemies over the years, and I don't think all these enemies are going to be in a Ninjago movie. I do know when I went to not Nexo Nights, I went to New York Comic Con to talk about Nexo Nights with Tommy Anderson, and the team there did confirm that they knew what was going to happen with Ninjago story. Obviously enough, they weren't allowed to divulge any plot details about what was going to go. Yeah, right. Surprising.
I mean,
But
that's my theory.
the idea.
It's like I'm not
I
saying
know.
these sets are going to be about the movie. I'm just saying these sets. The reason why there's technically no new concepts used in them, it's old villains, it's old stuff, is because it was probably, I'm not going to say a throw together, because there's obviously effort put into these, but it's not as much per se as other waves.
Yeah,
Here's
like it was
the
just
fair
kind of a
enough
last minute thing.
Yeah.
When did the Ninjago movie get moved?
That's a
When-
good point,
when was
actually.
that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
you know when that was?
I'm not sure.
I can find out, but keep talking while I do that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know if I necessarily subscribe to that train of logic either. Because
Yeah.
we've seen lines by this. They've kind of hinted that all the old villains are still around in some capacity. And that's actually evidenced here with that kind of prison thing. So
Right.
I don't see it as being completely impossible for them to say, oh, it's just an outbreak. And now all the old villains are back and having a blast.
But they're not all in prison, though.
Okay, well, sure, there is Chen, but, I mean, Klaus got out, so...
Yeah. There's Chin, and there's also Nindroids. Not the pixel Nindroids, but like old Nindroids.
Well, you
I
can
know.
just like remake Nindroids so long as you have the materials.
True. True
So-
facts.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
like the robot wave looked pretty cool actually. I liked that one female robot character thingy.
Pixel.
Pixel.
Yeah.
Pixel, yeah.
What,
Yeah,
she's just
she's
called
cool.
Pixel, that's it?
Pixal.
Yeah, like, you know, like the thing in your computer monitor, that thing.
Yeah, I know, but that's very it's not
Everyone in Ninjago
innovative.
has a pun for a name.
It was
Oh.
delayed in April 2015.
What's
April
the pun in
2015.
Cove?
No, that would line up. Actually, that would line up in a timeline. If
Yeah.
it's delayed in 2015 and they know that, then when they're preparing for this next wave, that's when they would have decided to do this instead. So I'm not saying that that's a you're 100% correct, Meso, but I'm not going to lie. The timing doesn't line up for what you're saying.
Woohoo.
Oh, the skeleton guys from like the very first wave is here as well.
Yeah,
That's-
not even the first season, like the first pilots.
That's
Yep.
so cool.
I
I,
like that
actually
they're
like
back.
that. I remember that. I remember on Flickr when it was pretty hyped about like Ninjago coming and stuff.
Yeah.
That brings me back.
And you never got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? If only we had
I
thought
never
ahead.
got into it. I just remember when it was hyped, and then it came, I was like, okay.
So, all right, so
I wasn't
I kind of
originally
like...
hyped for Ninjago, and then I saw like what was it, the Lightning Dragon set or something, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I need to get all of these.
Well,
and then
I mean,
like the Serpentine
was a
came out,
dragon.
and they're like my favorite characters, so I
It's
just
literally
I
your
was stuck.
people. So. Oh, this
Yeah,
is
They
Purple
did the coverages
Ninja.
for a while. I was on all the Chima coverages.
You were?
And I was not on for the early Ninjago coverages. And it was just I forgot why I wasn't on there. Like
Because-
I know you guys had come and talked about it. I just wasn't like
it's because
interested
you would
in it.
never
I forgot why I
catch
wasn't
up,
interested in it.
or you were always busy, or you
Right.
you were just out of loop all the time, and that's why we had to ditch you from the Chima coverages too, because you didn't catch up.
Yeah.
I totally caught up with Chima.
Eventually.
Eventually,
I did eventually. Well, I mean, like I caught up the time I was gone. So
Now,
I mean, it's not like a thing where it's like I was just on the podcast. Or on the coverage. I didn't know what was going on. I caught up.
eventually.
I also really gotta say about this wave, I really, really like the sets that they have, the villains that are back. They all have some form of the old weaponry that's back, too. The Nindroids have the Techno Blades, or a Techno Blade. The Stone Army people, they have, like, the Stone Army Elemental Sword in, like, trans neon green. And, like, Shin, I think, has a Jade Blade. And I can't tell what this skeleton has, but he probably has a callback of some kind, too.
Right.
so angry.
Why does that make you angry?
The Technoblades, dude. The Technoblades.
They didn't really do much.
No, oh wait, no, sorry.
did not.
Did I say the Technoblades? I didn't mean the Technoblades. I meant the Elemental Swords.
Oh, yeah, you're still hung up on that.
The
Yeah, I'm
elemental
very
swords.
hung up on that.
Go
That's
ask
so
Greg.
frustrating.
He's our only outlet, always. But, no, yeah, this
You
is
could also ask the Hageman brothers. They have a Twitter, in case
I'll
you
do
didn't
it.
know.
Do they really? Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow them.
I'll do it
Did you
right
not
now.
actually-
I should have
that?
tweeted. I should have tweeted my Ninjago tweets at them.
You should
Yeah.
have.
I should have totally done that.
Can.
I am like, I'm still not sure. Like, I don't. Does Cole get better? Like, does his
No.
character get
No,
more
not really.
like, better
He
as
peaked in
season
like
goes on?
episode 9.
Is he
and then it
edgy?
just
Okay,
kinda
the one of his
downhill.
dad. The thing where like his dad, and I was like, okay, all right, maybe this is going somewhere. I
Doesn't.
still don't know what he does. He's like, everybody is a character. Like they have their own thing. Everybody's their own thing.
How professional, Kahi.
Listen, I'm a very popular person. Okay,
Great, yeah.
Still
and you know what?
doesn't give you the
but-
lack
but
of coordination
still, like-
to silence your phone.
My phone is silent. Thank you very much.
That
My
doesn't
iPad is not
sound
silent.
to me.
My iPad isn't silent. That's what's the deal.
My
is.
iPad is always silent. I haven't charged it in 6 months.
No, I mean fair enough, but no, it's just every character like is their own defined thing, and Cole seems to be just like basically Kai, but
Well, like, Kai, here's my question for you.
Food.
also not.
How do you interpret Kai based on the early episodes? How do you interpret him?
Kai is he's kind of the same thing Tahu is. He's like this born leader, but he's very brash. He's very impatient. He still, has a lot of things to learn when it comes to, what priorities he has and, how long he has to wait. He's very, like, everything he wants to do right now. And he has to learn over time that, I need to be patient about stuff. I need to be,
Okay.
not so brash. That's what I would say from this first season with
Okay.
Kai.
Would you classify him also as like the straight man of the group, or would you call that like Cole?
Right now, yeah, he's
Okay.
definitely the person with the deadpan reaction.
Then I'll
to
tell you this:
everything.
that
Like,
changes, and I would almost say that does become Cole. He's like
Okay,
Kai,
alright, well-
like regresses in character. I feel as the seasons go on, and like instead of growing like you would expect him to, he just backslides into like the far reaches of like that Tahu trope, where like the reckless guy that always does stupid stuff and is just
oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Because he was getting to a point where he was like, my dad was a blacksmith, and I
No.
can do all this stuff, and yeah, you can't do anything because
Nope.
it's
And
not for you.
I'll tell you
girls.
this: the one person that wrecked Kai's character and sent him careening off into like this angle is
Yep.
Lloyd. Lloyd screwed him over big time.
Wait, Lloyd?
Not-
Why Lloyd?
How did
Because
Lloyd-
Yeah, because like Lloyd
he took
or-
over that leader mantle. He had
Yeah.
the character arc, and it almost made Kai irrelevant after a while, except he's just like that fire guy, because like the red characters are typically the leader, so they had to come up with a way to like diversify Kai to make him different, and that is really hone in on that reckless kind of persona.
Plus,
Lloyd is like pretty annoying this entire first season. Sorry, Prpl.
sorry, yeah. Plus, Kai
you
kind
gonna
of
say?
sort of devoted himself to like training and protecting Lloyd, and he didn't really go much past that, especially in season
Exactly.
5. It was just like,
And then Lloyd
I will
gets
save
better,
you.
and
It's
Lloyd like becomes the wise guy that's super patient and always gives good advice. So it's like Lloyd
got
took
like
Kai's
that so
character.
quickly though. Like it's just like he woke up one day and suddenly he's like almost like Sensei Wu. It's like,
Yeah.
Yup.
That's what I was looking at all this stuff that had happened. There was a lot of stuff that was kind of like weirdly convenient or happened a bit too quickly. Like Lord Garmadon suddenly becomes like really good for basically like Sensei Wu comes to him and says your son's in danger, and he's like, oh, okay. And at the end of the episode he like kicks Sensei Wu down, and you're like, oh, is he evil again? Is this what? No, that's just
Well, here's the
never
thing.
touched upon again.
Like, I guess maybe you kind of haven't gotten far enough to understand, but Garmadon is in a constant struggle throughout the entire series. I would not necessarily paint him a complete and total black and white villain.
No, just
He's-
well, you know, he was black
constantly
and white
fight-
in the first season.
I do like no, Garmadon is an evil person, but I do like how they show his relationship with Lloyd even back then, where he's like, yeah, no, I'm proud of you.
Garmadon, in essence, is not exactly evil.
You'll see when you
No.
get further along. It'll make sense.
You'll
fair enough.
understand, but
Okay,
it's not
let's
as
see,
black and white.
What else was kind of a thing outside of Sensei Wu dying and coming back?
He did
Yes.
die
Still
and come
gets
back.
me.
He went to the
All
underworld.
right, how did he get to the underworld? How did he get to the
He
underworld?
dug down.
I was reading the
Listen,
comments
pal,
on
you go-
the
you
podcast,
go
and
through a
someone said that
portal?
there was like a portal. Yeah.
Yeah, you go through a portal, you're not dead. Okay?
Okay, but how did he go through the portal from drinking tea on a piece of rock and
Well,
falling
tea
off a
was
lava
just like
waterfall?
his thing, I believe.
Yeah,
Unless it was,
tea
like,
is just
Traveler's
his
tea,
thing.
but
The
that
tea
hadn't
had
been
nothing
Oh,
to do
wait a
announced yet.
second.
What?
I think I might. Probably Traveler's tea.
Well, that hadn't been
Tea has
introduced
nothing
yet.
to do with it.
No, listen, if it helps his headcanon, just let him do it.
You know what?
Was
Fine.
it like
I
the
mean,
books
like,
of travel? The
that's what
the
makes sense to me.
tea of
Whenever he
travel.
drinks Traveler's tea, he's like able to go into wherever Garmadon is. I don't know if that's the underworld or wherever.
The new herbal
It's just
essence
another
They never
has
made that clear.
teleportation
Was that
flavour.
where? Was that where he was?
Teleportation
Get
flavor.
you today, only
Delicious
$3.99.
flavor.
I'm gonna look this up just for you.
I mean, yeah.
Let me see
like-
here. Sensei Wu.
Bar's in the chat, and he claims that like you needed to hit a certain speed to hit the gateway, or so he claims from reading a comment. So that would make sense.
I
It
remember
would
the
also
first
explain
4
the dragon.
episodes. The
A certain speed.
that is actually possible.
It would
Yeah, because
Okay.
explain
like
why
in
the
the scene where the
dragon has
ninja
to
are
be
like
the one
riding
to
their
do it.
dragons, they have to speed up a whole lot to get there.
What is? Okay, I get going at a certain speed. Great. Is that speed terminal velocity? And if so, why doesn't anyone want to commit suicide in this world go into the underworld?
I don't think that's themes that occur.
I mean, I'm just saying, if someone fell off a building, would they also go into the underworld? Because
mean,
they're going at the same speed.
It would depend on how high
that
the building
There's, like,
Sensei Wu would
there's
be.
a portal by the fire temple to get to the underworld. Like it was shown in one of the mini movies. Have you seen those yet?
No, did not
No,
show
watch
those
those
any.
movies.
you
Like,
gotta
any
watch
movies.
those too.
Okay, add him to my queue. I'll add him to like. I'm going to read I'm going to watch everything in Ninjago, and I'm also going to maybe not read all the books, read all the synopses. I'm trying to correct myself, good sir. Thank you.
Summaries.
Oh my goodness.
Synopses? I've never actually said this word.
synopsis?
Synopsis. Right?
Synopsis?
That's okay.
Synopsis.
Wasn't that what I said the first time?
Synopsis.
What did you say earlier, Kahi?
I was going back and forth between synopsis, and synopsis.
See no Nazis. I
No
don't know.
Nazis. Hear no Nazis. Be no Nazis.
That
See
is
no
the
Nazis. It's
second
a coming.
thing.
I'm
my
sorry.
gosh.
I'm sorry for laughing at you, but you make it too easy.
This is what I'm asking. I'm physically asking. I know this word. I've never said it before.
Synopsis.
Synopsis.
It doesn't sound like a word anymore. I've said it. It's been said too much.
Yeah,
now.
when you say some
Summaries
words,
anyway.
you say them too often.
Yeah,
Reading the
there's a
summaries,
word
what
for
we're saying.
that. Oh my god, no.
Synopsis.
Yes, like that. Synopsis.
I actually
keyword
think,
Ninjago.
That
I
was
actually
hilarious.
think I have watched like one Ninjago episode.
That was too good. And not really.
Well,
When
actually, you should definitely listen. It's up on Netflix. If you like, you should already have Netflix because there's also a Lego Friends show coming out soon, and you totally want to watch that.
Oh,
Also,
yeah,
a little thing
baby.
called Bionicle that you may or may not be interested in. So,
Also Bionicle, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd give it a
also
watch.
Bionicle.
I can understand, like, from the outside looking in, because I was one of those people too that when Ninjago first came around, I was like, this whole concept, it's like it's trying to be weird and crazy just for the sake of being weird and crazy to like appeal to that younger kid demographic, like skulls on motorbikes or whatever. It's pretty questionable, but once you actually immerse yourself into that world, there's a deep layer of like the mythos behind everything. It's very reminiscent of like Bionicle. And what I enjoyed about Bionicle in the early days, so it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Ah, man.
no, stunning recommendation for that show. All right, I think we're just about at the time where we have to wrap everything up.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
nah, not really. We could go on for a little bit longer.
Yeah, at least 20 more minutes.
Yeah, at least like 20, 30 more minutes. Make it a whole hour while we're at it.
This was fun, man. I like this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We
I'm
haven't even
actually
talked
talking,
about
can you
all the
believe it?
sets, man.
yeah, I know. It's
We
like,
haven't
all the
even
sets.
we haven't even talked about like that really sleek, smooth white car thing.
That looked weird to me. It's like
I
it doesn't
think
look like an
looks
Ninjago.
very good.
Blur.
It looks very sci-fi. It looks very compact. I really like the design
It
of that
kind of
thing.
looks like something from like The Martian or something.
Yeah, it
You
does
know, it's like a
look from
compact
Ninjago.
exploration vehicle.
it
Yeah,
kind of
no, I'm with you.
looks like
It's
he
the
took like a
snowball
marshmallow and shoved wheels onto it.
Yeah, it's the Marshmallow Mobile, pretty much.
Marshmallow Mobile.
It looks good. I like that. I like some of these vehicles
Can we
around
talk
here.
about the elephant in the room?
What is the
Let me
elephant
see.
that-
His
There
name
are
is
no
Jerry.
elephants in
He
this
loves
wave, though.
peanuts.
There's just dragons and
Elephants don't act
like a
peanuts.
mech.
Let's talk
There's
about
literally-
the
there's
let's
literally
talk about the obvious purple ninja in Cole's vehicle.
No, no, I don't want to talk
finally
about
happened.
this.
It finally happened. Do you know how many theories and fan characters there used to be revolving around a purple ninja?
What's
like, for
special
the past
about the
5
Purple
years?
Ninja?
Nothing.
It's just
Nothing
it's just
at all.
It's like
happened.
Voriki,
It
man. It's
actually
like a
happened.
creature
Is
of
it?
myth.
I know. It's
Female?
like it's Veriki was purple too.
How is he in the show? Like,
In the show, he was just like a kid in a wheelchair who like broke both his legs, and he like put on like a purple ninja garb to help the ninja.
Ouch! What?
I'm not kidding.
No,
gruesome.
you're kidding me right now. That's not
It was
something
a-
that actually happened.
It was a hilarious sequence. When you get there, you should you'll find it pretty funny. It was just in the recent
my.
season. He was like it was like how do you get so good at this thing? He was like helping the ninja escape from like the press, and he was like, you have a lot of free time on your hands when you broke both your legs.
bro,
was a
let's
great
don't
clip.
laugh at that. You guys are. Oh my
Oh
god.
man, that's terrible.
That's
So is this
horrible.
the same guy?
No one's here. I
It
mixed
was a
up the
hilarious
sentence.
sequence.
No one here has obviously broken their leg.
Well, it was meant to be funny.
Oh,
It was like
right,
later
just
shaded
ones.
for
Just
comedic.
sounds
Yeah, I know.
gruesome.
It's supposed to be funny.
But I'm not actually sure because the person's sitting down in the set. I can't actually tell if it's supposed to be that kid or not. But we'll see, I guess.
Well, maybe the wheelchair's in there as well. in, Like the
Maybe,
maybe that entire that's what he's writing. It's his wheelchair. He just builds his wheelchair to be
maybe
like.
he's
That
like,
would be
Oh,
interesting.
that'd be so
maybe
cool.
maybe he's like Andy from Little Britain. He just pretends to be like in the wheelchair.
We have
Oh, like
no
the dude
idea.
from Flash, where he's like, "Oh, I'm in a wheelchair. I was hurt by this accident," and he stands up and stabs people. I'm not expecting.
Whoa! What?
Also,
Spoilers
because,
for the
because
first episode of
Cole's,
Flash.
Like, in his rotor, I can't honestly tell if he's still a ghost or not, but his hands look orange, and that's distinctly unghostly.
Yeah, I'm
So I
looking
have
at
hope.
the zoomed
What
in
if
version
Cole
of the picture,
becomes
and
a
he's like
djinn?
regular colored, like he's not a ghost in the set.
What if he becomes
That's
a
awesome.
Kardashian? Because orange. Wow.
Oh no!
Well, that's the whole.
Well, on that note,
That's
Yeah,
a bit too dark.
there we go. That was
Way
the
too
end of the
dark,
discussion we
X,
wanted.
I'm
What if
triggered.
he became the
Too
Kardashian?
dark and gritty.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Kai, you can go ahead and wrap us up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the TTV BrickFeed podcast. And this is our first episode, so let us know in the comments what you want us to like talk about or go over next episode. We're kind of, playing this by ear and seeing how we're going to do this. As always, you can always get episodes early on Vessel. Vessel.com/the TTV channel is where all of our stuff goes up a week early. So if you want to see the next episode of whatever we're doing on YouTube, it's probably already out on Vessel. Again, that's Vessel.com/the TTV channel. We also have an Audible sponsorship. If you go to audibletrial.com/TTV, you can get a book of your choice. We have always recommended Brick by Brick, which is a book about the history of Lego and how different things were developed. It has a lot of stuff just pertaining to the company. I don't remember if there's a lot of stuff on Ninjago there.
There's
but
an
there's a lot of
entire
stuff on system as a
chapter
whole.
about Ninjago in
That's
that book.
awesome.
Nice.
Living large.
Has
Are any of the
everything in it,
Ninjago
man.
books audiobooks?
I have no idea.
All right, then.
Someone should look that up. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
All right, and
so
the last
cool.
thing that we should probably plug is our message boards at board.tvpodcast.com to discuss whatever things you would want to.
Go to the
As a whole.
Ninjago section of the message boards. It's like always dead. We need more. we need more people
Because-
there. Come
yeah.
on, guys. Where
We
are
actually
you?
need people there.
Where are you?
I'm there. I just don't say anything because no one else is saying anything, and all the topics.
Well,
have been
that's
dead.
probably
All the
why
topics
everyone's
have been
thinking
dead for,
that.
like,
You
no
know what,
one can
Purple?
help.
I love what you said, Purple. I'm there. I just don't say anything. That's very representative of you.
So how's the
Oh.
Chima section going? Then?
Oh.
We don't talk
Yeah.
about the Chima section.
Oh,
It is kind of, it's retired,
Man.
so all
I
Chima
think
topics
it's
now
gone.
go inside the
As-
Lego
yeah, but-
subform.
is
As
there
a-
no
No, it's
backup
What
on the
if I had
topics,
Chima
or did you
fan
just
art I wanted
kill
to
it?
post?
We
As a
still have
Chima
it.
fan, I'm offended.
Good.
Chima fan?
Please. Be.
Wait, there were fans of Chima?
Yeah.
There were
There
fans.
are still
Yeah, they
fans of
kept
Chima.
my-
By the
There
end
are
of
a lot of
by the
fans.
end of its run, Chima was pretty okay. I gotta say.
It was pretty
That's
good.
another discussion for another day. Let's end this.
Yeah, we can do that in another
I just
episode.
wanted
All right,
to do dinosaurs.
X.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs
Thank
are
you
cool.
for joining us. I'm Kahi.
I'm Meso.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Viper.
I make Sex Trooper.
And I'm Purple Dragon.
And we will see you guys again, hopefully next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, bye.
Bye. Guys, gotta be more enthusiastic. Goodbye, y'all.
Yeah, what is Goodbye.
Snoring! What the?
Bye, everyone. See you later.